Good afternoon, my dear learned lawyers, experts, and co-panelists. Today we have assembled here to discuss about the topic retrospective methodologies of delay analysis. So the moment you are talking about the SL protocol, there is one word repeating almost 8 times in the 80-page document. Anyone can guess what is that word? Yes, it is a common sense. Now, in the core, what we are taking in this course of retrospective analysis, the common sense plays a major role. So, which connects your experiences as well as the way which you are taking analysis methodologies. Now, as far as a delay analyst or a expert is concerned, especially in the retrospective analysis, there is an action. The action is based on a scope. So, the action gives a result. It is a result favor to the project completion date or unfavor. It has been extended for reasons. And therefore, for example, the project execution has been the duration has been decided to go with the 2 years, 24 months. Somehow the project got delayed for various reasons. And my dear expert is started looking into that. He started analyzing the different way, the retrospectively. 24 months, the project has gone to 30 months. He is standing after the 30th month beyond, and he is seeing how the occurrence has happened. What was the scope and what was the action performed and how the action is performed and why the results are not favor to the contractual dates. It has been extended for so many reasons. So he started investigating using a different lenses. The lenses, I mean, the tools what he is going to use to analyze this delay methodologies, these delays. The tool, what I mean is the methodologies. Here, there are different methodologies recommended as per the SCL. Also, if you go back and see, there are AAC norms and all. In the retrospective delay analysis, they are recommending 4 methodologies. First of all, I would like to say the program, the baseline has been prepared, and somehow the baseline has been executing the projects, especially the baseline, I mean, the actual completion date has been gone, it's extended, and therefore the dispute is started here. As an analysis, he has to go retrospectively and investigate the things properly, especially using how asking so many questions, 5W1H, what, why, where, when, whom, how. So when he started asking the thought process of so many questions, he will, for that he needs a lot of assumptions, he needs to create lots of assumption logs per se. At one point of time, when he is concluding the reports, by the time the assumption log has to be closed, what are the assumption he has to make, he need to get an answer, and appropriately the assumption needs to be closed. Now, second thing, the attributability is concerned. He needs to work back and see there are possibilities of concurrency, both the parties involved, there is a reasons behind that, and therefore concurrent, the delay responsibility and attributability goes to both the parties. This is called concurrency. And whereas there is a lot of other reasons, this can go compensable delay or non-compensable. Compensable means that the delay is accepted by the party, and therefore he agreed to pay the compensation. But whereas the non-compensable, uncompensable delays, he accepted the delay, whereas he is not ready to pay the compensation. So this is how. And at the end of the day, so he's giving a conclusion based on the closing the assumption log as I created. As per the investigation he started, and he's submitting the report. Now, when I talk about the various methodologies, the retrospective methodologies are lay upon that are 4 types. It is all completely depending on the analysis type. So now we are seeing the effect, what has happened actually based on the scope and the actions. And the result of the actions, we are seeing from the end. The result of action is normally what we call it as effect. Based on the effect, we are analyzing what was the cause. And moreover, the method is all called, the determination is all part of the critical path. Because, the baseline you have created, that time there was a sort of certain activities falls under the critical path. And over a period of time, there is a lot of changes has occurred. And if it is an EPC contract, engineering procurement construction commissioning contract, so we cannot say everything is predetermined, whereas as compared with the bill of quantities contract. So many scope, everything is defined in the bill of quantity contract. Already everything is defined. Whereas in the EPCC, we cannot exactly determine what will be the total quantity as well as the execution part and procurement part. So a lot of changes are used to cap. Now, we people came from oil and gas background. We worked with the EPC contracts, the process units, as well as we have worked with the major maintenance, big maintenance of the plant maintenance project, the operating plant maintenance. So they are having a different types of budgets, and they're having yearly budgets. They have 5-year business plan, and basically they are mainly depending on the shutdown. For example, the plant need to go for a shutdown, and they're usually creating shutdown windows, and the stipulated time frame they have to finish the work what they have awarded. And it is all very important to maintain the dates. Even they are working up to level 5, level 6, or depends on the plant requirement. So every hours is counted. And similarly, this time, what it called the method of analysis, and the first method is a time slice window analysis. So these periods are divided in subdivided, because we have the information, actual information, the logic being the baseline we have, as well as we have the updated programs. So this is all the very important information, because the program is available means we know the actual dates. And therefore, period 1 to maybe it is a monthly window slice or quarterly, whatever may be. So we need to develop, we need to fix the baseline and assign the baseline, and we have to start update the baseline based on that period, what has happened in the first window slice till and available contemporary in the records and all, we are going to simulate what the criticality and how it moves. So basically, this is all contemporaneous, mainly depending on contemporaneous way in the critical path analysis, as well as the delay impact has been in common ground, it is a retrospective only. Now coming to the next one, which is as planned, as built. We are called it as APAB. Here also, based on the effect, we are analyzing the costs. For example, here the critical path determination is based on the contemporaneous records, as well as the delay impact is determined retrospectively. This is what we are doing now. There are two inputs are basically required. One is baseline program and as-built data. And moreover, this is a very common methodology in the retrospective analysis. But there is a very important thing and a very difficult part is analyzing the as-built critical path. That is very, million-dollar question, how, where, when. So this is very difficult to do that type of analysis. For that critical path, actual critical path methods, we need a lot of common sense, and moreover, a lot of experience is required. Because the expert who involved in the analyzing the retrospective, especially in this APAB way, he has to understand what was the original sequence, and over a period of time there is a reality is changing, and therefore he needs to go back and see reversal way and a lot of actual things, how it would have been taken. That way you have to analyze step by step. So normally this is a very time-taking and a difficult way of analyzing retrospectively, especially the APAB. And the next one is retrospective longest path analysis. Here also, as usual, that analysis type is effect and cause. Basically, we are seeing, we have gone through the effect, and therefore we are going to analyze the cause. And here the critical path determination is, of course, retrospectively, where what we need to go with this methodology is baseline program and as-built program. The actual program when it is completed, each and every activity when it is completed, as in comparison with the baseline. So here the longest path, how the longest path is meticulously happen is the longest path what they have originally planned baseline, or how the longest path is as in comparison to the baseline. In real meaning, it is changed. And what is the reason for that changes? Why the longest path? It is deviated from the original baseline plan. So this investigation again, depending on the way it has been executed, the longest path. Next, coming to the collapsed as-built, which is also in terms of analysis type, it is effect and cause only. Of course, it's a retrospective way. And both the critical determination as well as that delay impact determination are basically based on the retrospective way. What is the inputs required? There is a logic link as-built program, because it's a realities happen. So logically there is a reason behind how what was actually happened. So we have to determine that way, that we need those information. And under the delay events, attributability. First we have to list out the delay events. And the delay events attributability goes to whom? It is a client delay or the contractor delay. So this way we have to penetrate in the collapse built analysis, which is a time taking again similar to time slice window analysis. I think as an expert, his way of approach for understanding the real issues, it is not the way what others see. Because, we cannot say this is the third eye. Always his thought process and the way he's approaching and analyzing things are out of box thinking. The person who involved in the project cannot say, I have done a mistake. We cannot, they will try to, we are not going to point out anybody that he has done the mistake. But however, as an individual who's performing or staying within the layer of the project execution, his thought process is different. And as a third party, the expert witness coming and going to analyze the things in different perception. And therefore, the expert is working in a different direction, collecting the information and putting in the right way, in the retrospective way, and what could have been avoided in this sort of delay and why it has not avoided, who is responsible for this extended period. So those analysis will start there. Here, that is what the time slice window analysis shows. Of course, we have discussed enough in that. We need a more accurate baseline as well as the actual data, actual updated program. And coming to this as planned, as built, of course, we need the as built baseline program as well as the as built data. And coming to the retrospective longest path, a detailed as built program, what has actually happened. And that way, we are going to analyze reversely the critical activities in the original scenario. And last and least, the collapsed as built analysis. We need a logic linking what had happened to move it. And thanks a lot for your valuable time. Bye.